Good morning. Good morning, delivery fam. Good morning. And welcome to another episode of BRAT of the Day. Good morning to Joshua 305. Good morning to Darnell Jenkins, Donna Ruse, Gig Economy Talk with Lynn. Good morning, Roger C. Good morning, Doordash Red. Good morning. This morning, we're going to be talking about Doordash. Obviously, it is the more popular app, right? Was this a good customer or a bad dasher? All right. And also this morning, I'm going to open up the line so people that wish to call in to contribute, they can do that. All right. But before we dive into anything, if you have not done so already, I need you to do me a favor and hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the family, because nobody else will understand what you go through except another driver just like you. All right. Now, also, the GigiCon brothers will be a live show coming very soon. We're trying to work out a decent schedule of when we can just go live and have our first episode, the return of our first. Well, it's not the return of our first episode, but I think y'all know what I mean. Coming back, all right? We're trying to work that out, all right? So, I don't want to take too much time. I want to dive into this, all right? I hope whoever's watching now, watching on the replay, I hope you enjoy this and you get something from it, all right? So, with that said, good morning to all those that's just coming in or just rolling over, all right? So, let's get started. And by the way, this is a post from Reddit, okay? If you wish to share a Brat of the Day type of story, just send it to bratoftheday@gmail.com, okay? So let's get started. It's a complaint, y'all. Why do people insist on being dashers if they can't/won't perform the basic functions of their job? Damn, that's how you feel, customer? Okay. Let's move on here. For context, I ordered DoorDash almost every day, on average 5 to 6 times a week. I also tip very well, especially to those who have zero issues getting my food to me. I live in a nice, accessible building with a simple layout. Let's stop there for a second. Accessible building. So this is an apartment building, y'all. All right. I live in a nice, accessible building with a simple layout / is very visitor friendly, and I provide thorough delivery instructions. Where to find parking if needed, necessary codes, landmarks for visual reference, even though a toddler can navigate through it. Despite all of that, it's just constant BS for such a simple job. Deliver my food to my door. Here's the story now. Just tonight, my dasher told me that she couldn't access the building. Entirely untrue. I gotta stop there for a second. How many times has the customer given you a code and the doggone thing just don't work? Let me know in the chat or in the comment section right now. You get a code, but it don't work. Okay, so entirely untrue. Let's pull that back, customer. Anyway, it's entirely untrue. Okay, let me make sure. Here we go. Just tonight, my dasher told me that she could not access the building. Entirely untrue. I told her where to park, the gate code, what to look for, etc. Just like the hundreds of other dashers who never had issues finding me. She didn't respond to my messages when she messaged me first, or call me, or pick up my calls. Just said, come down, or too bad. Savage, right? Dasher says, hey, I ain't answering your calls. I ain't texting you no more. Come down or too bad. Then a few minutes later, I got prompted. She just drove off. My leg is currently in a cast, so it's really difficult for me to go grab it myself. I also mentioned this in my notes and reiterated it to this dasher. But I also shouldn't need a limiting physical/medical circumstance for people to do their jobs either. I get so many dashers who don't speak any English. Dang, I hope this ain't in Florida. I get so many dashers who don't speak any English and will just harass my building staff, who are professional about it nonetheless, to deliver my orders on their behalf. I've had to show my app/order history/instructions to staff just to prove that the dashers just suck, and tip the staff better too, out of gratitude and because I feel bad they're doing their own jobs and someone else's. Yet these dashers still send me follow-up texts after orders demanding tip. You are not always entitled to tips from customers. It's a gesture of appreciation for you doing your job and the convenience factor we get out of it. If you don't perform, then you don't get to B-word for tip. Why is this such a hard concept to swallow? I get that dashers get shafted on rates, whatever. Oh, hold up. You gonna just push that to the side? Why am I stuck? I guess I'm stuck, y'all. But hold up. You gonna just push that to the side? Huh? We get shafted on rates, but whatever? But that's an occupational risk you're accepting. If you don't like it, then don't do it. I feel like it's simple. I'll probably get eaten alive for going against the echo chamber sentiment in this sub, but it is what it is. Now, since I'm stuck, y'all gonna have to deal with my stuck face. So, is this a good customer gone bad, or is this a bad dasher? What is it? What do y'all think? Is this a good customer or a bad dasher? Put it in the chat or in the comments down below. I know I'm stuck, and I know I'm gonna hear somebody say, "Oh, UDM, you need to get another camera." Joshua 305. It's not the camera, okay? So, what do y'all think? Alphabet the Maestro, let's get you up on the screen. Yeah, I could do that still. This already sounds like it's just one side of the story. My driver senses are tingling on the customer. All right. Not all dashers from Roger C. Not all dashers have the brains to deliver properly. So, I mean, this dasher, just a comment of, what did they say? I'm trying to remember exactly what they say. Come down or too bad. What would you say if you were a customer? Gig Mom, good morning to you. At first, I thought it was the dasher, but once I heard it all, bad customer. Good morning, Adam Delivers. And whoever wishes to caption my current paused face on the screen right now, feel free to do so in the comments. All right. Is it dasher's fault? Charlie Baltimore. Seems like we're divided here. Legalize it, says, legalize it 420, just laughing. Fonzie 209 says, I think this customer is just waiting to find something wrong. Okay. All right. Now, someone, I believe this person is a dasher. They responded to this person. All right. Now, there's parts of this story I don't know if you paid attention to, but you could tell this was a no-tip order. All right. But check this out. Let me explain what is happening to you. The best drivers, the ones who care about maintaining their 5.0 rating and providing exceptional customer service and developing repeat customers, those people are not taking your orders because there is no tip attached to it. We cannot hope that someone tips after. You have to bid for our service. Now, you can argue that you don't like that and DoorDash should not work that way, but that's the way it is. So the drivers that are taking your order are the ones who have accepted it after 4 experienced drivers turned it down. If you want better service in the future, you have to tip before, not after. You might not like that, and it might go against your beliefs, but that's the way it is. Now, the reason why, the way that we know this person did not tip before, let's see here. Let's go back a little bit. All right. My leg is currently in a cast, so it's really difficult for me to go grab it myself. Fast forward. All right. I get so many dashers who don't speak any English and will just harass my building staff, all right, to deliver my orders on their behalf. I've had to show my app/order history/instructions to staff just to prove that dashers just suck and tip the staff member 2 out of gratitude. Now, that line right there, dashers just suck and tip the staff member 2 out of gratitude. They tip in cash, y'all. They tip in cash. That's it right there. If they did not have cash on them, they would not be able to tip that staff member of that building. So when you got a dasher that's accepting a lowball offer, let me just put the thumbnail back up there. A dasher that's accepting a lowball offer, right? This person is tipping in cash, and then that dasher gets there, and they're saying, come down or too bad. Is that a bad dasher? Or did the dasher make a bad choice by accepting that lowball offer anyway and then throwing a little fit at the customer because they should have never accepted it? How do you feel about that? Let's see here. Let's get my pause face back on the screen. Bethany W says, it does sound like a no tip on app order. But if you accept an order, you're agreeing to do the order. If you don't like it, if you don't like the order or delivery location, then why accept it? That is a major question I always ask many dashers, or I ask the community. If you don't like the order, why are you accepting it? It's just the same thing as I've seen stories of dashers that's holding on to orders and then letting them go after they have had it for a while if it's a no-tip order. Why are dashers doing that? I have no idea. But I'm not wasting my time accepting something I don't want to hold it and this and that and that. Nope, I don't have time for that. All right, let's see here. Adam Delivers says, that response from the driver is right on the money. Now, even though this person said they did leave instructions in the notes, like, hey, my foot is in a cast, my leg is in a cast, whatever it was. You know, what would you do, family? Would you feel some kind of sympathy for that customer when it's a no-tip order? Let's see how many of you answer this in 100%. All right, keep it 100. How many of you, hold up, I got to see the entrepreneur here. Okay, hold up. Oh, man. The entrepreneur says, they both sound horrible, to be honest. If you knew that you accepted a no-tip order, driver wrong for not delivering. Okay, legalize it for 20. Charlie Baltimore says, if I accept, I would complete. Got you. 100%. Okay. Yes. Okay. Shanice Williams. Let's get to your comment, Shanice. Shanice Williams says, sometimes we may not know all that it comes with an order. Learning process. Yeah, definitely I agree. It's a learning process, and I do apologize for my face being stuck for those that want to see my facial expressions and all of that good stuff. But just hearing the story, was this a good customer or a bad dasher? Some will say the customer was right. Some will say the dasher was right or dasher was wrong. And some might say flip it around, you know? Alphabet the Maestro says the more experienced dasher / driver would handle it more smoothly than come down or too bad. But I'm sure we've all been there with apartment deliveries and no-tip customers. I get it. So we could empathize with this dasher situation, but at the same time, we cannot empathize with the fact that they chose to take a no-tip order. Because we're seasoned vets. We're not taking on no tip. No. And then we have to, if we decide to accept it, we're going to complete that to its fullest potential. Right? So Gig Driver Comedy says, maybe these are the people who normally would tip after. They are learning they need to tip before as well, because their order will sit. So it's like they give half the rip on the app. Oh, I guess half the tip on the app and the other half on cash. Maybe that's what it is, Gig Driver Comedy. Do not know. But at the same time, like many have said in the chat already, why accept something that you do not want or you're not willing to complete? You know, don't accept something you are not willing to complete to its fullest potential. Yeah, I've given the side eye to some customers that later on when I find out that they don't tip, things like that. I've given the side eye, but that was on Grubhub when I was able to see the tip up front. But Grubhub ended up coming out of pocket. And then at some point, I started saying like, hey, you know what? I work for my money. I don't work for tips. Even though tips is a large portion of our pay, it's like I started looking at the money I'm receiving because I'm like, before I do this job, somebody gonna pay me. I don't care if it's coming from the customer or if it's coming from the app. Somebody gonna pay me to do this job, to drive these amount of miles. I want my money. I don't care where it come from. That's my mentality, But let's go to the chat. Just a couple more comments here. All right. And I said I wanted to open up the lines. I will open up the lines. Let's just do that. All right. Let's open up the lines and get a few calls. If you guys want to share or you want to comment on this whole entire situation, the numbers on the screen, feel free to do so. All right. The lines are now open. I'm willing to take just a few calls this morning. All right. So feel free to call in while I read just a couple more comments. Angelino Ryder says, you got to know your market. I usually avoid complicated buildings attached to lowball orders. Yep. Monique Milner, good morning. I think the customer feels like we are getting paid like a W-2 since he's talking about giving a tip after good service. He doesn't realize we are getting $2 base pay. Wait. I think he do. Now, hold on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm hearing my son. Okay, I apologize for that. My son came with his whole setup, his whole tablet, trying to ask me questions. All right, now, Monique Milner. I'm going to put this up on the screen. All right. Look at this right here, Monique. Why is this such a hard concept to swallow? I get that dashers get shafted on rates. Whatever. They don't care. Let's take this call. Thank you for calling the BRAT of the day. Who are we speaking to?
This is Gig Economy Talk with Lynn.
Hey, Gig Economy Talk with Lynn. Let's hear what you got to say. Uh-oh.
I have to say, it sounds like, a little bit of a one-sided, but you know what? It could be that, just the odd person that just doesn't know. When I started, it was all kind of weird with the apartment buildings and things like that, but I would never try to just, not deliver the food. But some things with the numbering of the apartments and all, and certain things like that could be the issue. It could be a little bit of kind of both. Just, like I said, she said in the letter, most people didn't have a problem, didn't she? That most dashers do, or that some do have a problem, or a considerable amount. I can't remember. Said have a problem finding her place. What was the actual quote about that? I thought it was like a combination of people who can or can't find the apartment. I can't remember what was in the lines, in the explanation. But it's like I said, a lot can, and then some can't find her place or something.
Yeah. So this customer was basically saying, like, I tip very well to those that are willing to come up to where I am, because they see I'm in a cast in my notes that I leave for the dasher. Yeah, but this particular dasher is saying, nah, you got to come down, buddy. You got to come down. But the fact that they said dashers get shafted on rates, whatever. How do you feel about that?
I didn't like that.
You didn't like that, right?
I don't care for that, right?
Hey, quick question. Hello. Hold on 1 second, Lynn. Some are saying that they can't hear you. You mind getting a little closer to the phone?
Okay, hold on. Let's see. All right. Do you hear me now?
Oh yeah, that's a lot better. If they complain, then that's
I must have had it on the speaker.
All right, go ahead.
But so I don't like it. So it sounds like, they're not really. They're trying to put themselves up a little more than really what's going on with. Like, okay, they're just such this great customer, and so and really it's a little one-sided and a little puffing themselves up a little bit. But it could be. I think it is partly the dasher. If you do accept something, you should fulfill your obligation. Is now your obligation to do so. You have picked up the food,
right,
and now you have gone to it. So you get what you get.
All right,
like that. But you just know if you run across that person, because I got this weird savant thing in my brain. I can remember where somebody shafted me.
Yeah.
I remember. If I see that name again pop up on my screen, then
you're going to understand.
You automatically get a decline.
Okay.
That's all it is. So like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Right.
Kind of a situation. So some things, you just get a rough one, so you just keep it pushing. But no, once you have accepted and you pick the food up, sometimes you can see something that just ain't quite right before you pick the food up. So then, get out of it. So, I've dealt with this person before. Okay, get. But it's like, once you've already picked the food up, you're already there. Try all you can, to do it. At this point. But now this person, they buttering themselves up to kind of seem like they're much better.
All right.
They're doing a lot better than what. But then snuck that little ugliness in there. Well, I know you're getting shafted, but.
But whatever. I don't care about that. Yeah.
Whatever. So that's why I said it's a little. Like somebody, I think it was Adam Delivers said it. They spidey sense. I said my spidey senses were kind of tingling.
Yeah.
On that. So you're not as great as you put yourself up to be. You're really kind of on the shady side yourself. So yeah,
All right.
so
Well,
that's what I think.
all
Well,
right,
I'll get going and I'll let you call somebody or let someone else call me in. But
no
yeah, I
problem.
just want to say it looked kind of it seemed kind of shady on the customer side.
All
So
right. Well, I definitely
yeah.
appreciate your contribution. Thank you for being the first call. I know I don't usually take calls on BRAT of the day, but I think it's something I'm going to start doing every morning. Okay. So, well, actually, not
Okay.
every morning, but every BRAT of the day morning. All right. So, thank you
Okay.
again, Lynn.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Be safe out there. Have a great day. Make your money.
All right. Have a good one. Bye bye.
All right. All right. Bye.
All right. Lynn made some good points, and some of you are making some good points in the chat as well. All right. So, Hanzo says another thing to consider is that people lie, meaning I don't think the staff remains professional. Okay. Let's take this call. Thank you for calling BRAT of the day in the morning. Who are we speaking to?
You are speaking to the entrepreneur.
The entrepreneur. Good morning, the entrepreneur. Oh, man. I've never had the entrepreneur call in, y'all. It's the entrepreneur. Talk to us, man.
Oh, actually, I did call in once.
I was thinking about that as I was saying. I was like, maybe he did call in once, and I'm just saying the wrong thing at the moment. But go ahead.
Yeah, so anyway, I've been very much enjoying listening to this situation, and as I alluded to in my messages, I think I'm kind of having a hard time finding a good guy in this situation.
You're a little low, entrepreneur.
I am a little low. Hold on, let me try something. All right, does that work better?
That's better, yeah.
That's better. Okay, that sounds darn Bluetooth. So anyway, as I was alluding to in the messages, as I'm finding the story very entertaining, I'm having a hard time finding a good guy in this situation.
Okay.
On one hand, yeah, you should always tip, and I don't think there's any reason not to tip, and especially if you're in a cast and you're asking them to do extra steps and you don't acknowledge that up front with a tip, that's pretty crummy. On the other hand, if you're even a little bit seasoned at what you're doing, you pretty much know that a lowball offer is a huge red flag, and you willingly took a risk when you accepted that order, and you don't look a whole lot better making a scene after the fact.
So the fact that the dasher is saying, come down or too bad, that's bad too. So the customer's kind of messed up and the dasher's kind of messed up.
Yeah, they're both kind of playing the victim card to a certain extent, because it's like the customer's like, well, my leg's in the cast, so I can't come down. And it's like, well, fine. What's that got to do with not tipping? If anything, that should be more of an incentive to leave a tip. And if the dasher sees that in the notes and they accept that offer and they know that their tip is dependent on doing good customer service, then they should do good customer service, because then their chance for a tip goes up at least. If they make a scene, then they for sure aren't really going to get anything.
Gotcha. Well, it seems like it's a bad customer and bad dasher.
Yeah, I think this was a bad combination myself.
A bad combination. There's a reason why I wrote it the way I did. You know how they say the customer's always right, but in this case, when the customer says something like, hey, I know you guys get shafted, but whatever. That was like, whoa, that hit me, and I'm not even a dasher in this situation. So I'm like, oh, that's how you feel? That you could kick rocks, bro. Whatever.
Well, well, and the other thing is, if you feel like you're always getting shafted on the Doordash pay, which I'll be honest, I think dashers totally get shafted. But if you feel that way, then maybe you should look for something to do where you don't feel you are being shafted, rather than complain.
Yeah. Well, the entrepreneur, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your views from your perspective. And I can agree. It seems as if it was a bad dasher and a bad customer because, someone is playing, both of them are playing the victim card. Now, if you are a customer, you're in a cast and you just expect us to understand your situation, some will, some won't, and if you are a dasher that's choosing to accept a trash offer, and then later on when you get to the drop off, you're not going to follow all the notes, then why did you accept it in the first place? So I can agree that it's a bad customer and a bad dasher. Both of them are pulling the victim card, and it's like, no, sir. Nope, not flying over here. So thank you for your contribution, brother.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Always happy to talk.
All right, no problem. Have a good one.
All right,
bye. All right, I want to take one more call before we start wrapping this up. If you have any views on this situation that you would like to share, the number is on the screen, 754-529-6001. All right, I'm going to read a couple comments in the chat here. All right, so we have Gold. I'm assuming that's what you just separated the G-O-L and the D. But Gold Roger says, get you up on the screen, Gold. Is it this one? Nope, not that one. Let's go to this one. Let's go back to my paused face. If you wish to caption my paused face, feel free to do so. All right, I'm going to get the number up off of the screen now. All right, Gold says, I like to keep my acceptance rate above 70% at the end of the month. Non-tippers are going to get bad service from me, especially when that Uber Eats order comes in the middle of a dash. Well, that's interesting. All right, Kathy Garten says, I ordered my Tassimo coffee online as I always do on Saturday. Said it would be here Wednesday. Monday, I get a text. DoorDash has arrived. Huh? Part of my order came via DoorDash, and I had no idea. So I was a no tipper. Ooh. So you ordered coffee online, and DoorDash delivered part of your coffee? That's interesting. Legalize It 420 says, caption, exhaling that. Come on, man. For real? With your name, I can't expect nothing less, though. I know. I get it. Okay, so we'll take this last call, and then we'll start wrapping it up. Okay, family? Thank you for calling Brat of the Day. Who are we speaking to?
Hey, what's going on? It's Matthew Wilson.
Matthew Wilson, talk to us, brother.
Hey, the thing about some customers, because they said they put in detailed instructions. I've gotten instructions like, come into the building, look around, find the apartment, and then buzz me to come up. So
yeah.
it really depends on what kind of detailed instructions they are really given. So
yeah, because in the post they're saying I did all of this, but really and truly, what did they do? we don't have a screenshot of those notes that they're talking about. So yeah, I got you.
Exactly. If it was like some kind of text or a phone post or whatever, and the thing is too, like sometimes you call or text and then they don't respond. So I can understand
right?
if the person probably put that message, okay, come down or too bad, because they probably was waiting around, and we just don't know the full context of the situation.
You know what? I like this call already, man. You putting things from a dasher's perspective. What we go through when we're out there, we try to call, we try to text. They're not responding. Next thing you know, the timer start, and then they're saying, hey, but all the things is in the notes. But like, wait, hold up now. I've been here about doggone 15, 20 minutes trying to get to your order, saying that the code that you gave me wasn't working. And, they said a part of that, they said it was entirely untrue. Right here, it says, my dasher told me that she could not access the building. Entirely untrue. How do you know that? I'm gonna ask
Exactly.
you, Matt.
That's another thing too.
I'm gonna ask you. Have you ever gone to a building? You read the notes or the gate code, right? You read the notes. You punch in the note, the code that they give you, and it does not give you access. Have you ever been in a situation like that?
I've been in an exact situation like that. And to make matters worse with that situation, the number that they gave DoorDash, it wasn't working, or they had it blocked or whatever, so I couldn't even contact them.
Right?
I had to wind up getting half pay and calling support not half pay, full pay, calling support, and I didn't leave it. I'm going to be honest, I didn't leave it there. I just took it with me and gave it to somebody while I was on the road.
Okay. Well, I mean, you did what you felt was right to do, you know. So, you know, the whole situation, what about from the Dasher's end? How do you feel about the Dasher accepting a no-tip offer and then reacting the way that they did? If this story is exactly how they explained it, right? And the Dasher just accepted a no-tip offer, got there, and they just chose not to go and deliver it to the customer, even if all the notes were there. How do you feel about that side of it?
Well, it's like what I put in the comments earlier. No matter what trip that you accept, you should treat all orders the same.
Agree, 100%.
So if it was a no tip, you know what you're getting into. You know, just go do the job and then on to the next offer.
All right.
Know, some people they really don't know that you can not accept all orders if you want to. So you can decline as much as you want until you get something you like.
Yeah.
That's why I like guys like you that put that information out there.
Yeah. Well, I definitely appreciate your contribution, Matt. Hey, listen, it's always a pleasure talking to any one of you that decide to call in. Again, every Wednesday, I'm going to be allowing the phone calls to come in. I'm going to put the number up, and you guys can call in and contribute to the story, give your perspective. I know sometimes it's hard to keep up with the chat from my end, so calling in to explain your side might be the better option. So I, again, want to thank you, Matt, and everyone else that just called for calling in. It's just a couple of calls, but thank you for your contribution.
You got it, man. Have a great one.
All right, have a good one. All right. So at this time, family, you know, gonna close the phone lines, and I want to read something to y'all, but I gotta put my music back on for this one. All right, my BRAT of the day music. So hope y'all ready. Okay, this is a different one, y'all, but wait till y'all see. Wait till the very end. It's just a text message. Can you please ask for ranch, butter, and jelly or jam? Also utensils and napkins. I've had multiple problems in past. I guess the order was delivered. You didn't get anything I asked for. Not even napkins. So the Dasher responds and says, "Who's this? If you're Julia, then I unassigned your order. If you're Emily, then I'll blame the DoorDash support who called me. She told me Julia asked those things, and when I get the call, I haven't received the order for Emily." So obviously there's a mix-up, family. I'm Julie, and I text you and called support for you to ask for utensils, butter, and jelly for my biscuits, and ranch for my chicken, and napkins. I got nothing. I didn't deliver your order. I unassigned it. DoorDash must gave it to someone else. Customer responds and says, "Wow." You know when somebody says, "Wow," they in their feelings. Wow, like, wow, for real? Really? This what we doing right now? Dasher says, "Yeah, wrong guy to blame on, miss." Here's the kicker, y'all. Not really. I don't know why you unassigned it. If I would have got everything, I had a fat tip for you. Shaking my head. The Dasher is a seasoned Dasher. So they said, yeah, thanks. We all know, I had a fat tip for you. But here's the real kicker. This is the title of the post, y'all. Of course you had a fat tip for this $450 and leave at the door. Oh, I had a fat tip for you, right? How you gonna give me this fat tip? Huh? If it was a leave at the door. Huh? And it's $450. It ain't gonna change. Of course you had a fat tip. Yeah, okay. Fat tip. Leave it at the door, right? Oh, man. But just the fact that this person was questioning, hey, why you want to sign my order? Why you want to sign it if I would have got everything? That's a fat tip, man. I swear Reddit be having some of the funniest posts, I swear. So I gotta pull one every single time. Every morning I'm gonna be pulling one of these funny posts. Whichever one I find to be the funniest, I'm gonna share it with y'all to put a smile on y'all face. This one got me. Got a whole list of things. I want this, I want that. I want a number 1, number 2, number 3. I want the napkins. I want some garbage bags. I want some straws. But you don't have no drinks. Yeah, I want straws anyway for the next time I have drinks. You know, I want this, I want that. But wait, it's $450 though. That's all you paying me. Oh, I got a fat tip for you, but leave it at the door. All right, I'll Venmo it to you. I'll Cash App it to you. Yeah, you'll get it later. You're not gonna get it from me though. That's the real one. That's the real thing right there. You're not gonna get it from me. You'll get it from another customer that's gonna give you that fat tip for me, you know, but not from me. You get it later, all right? So anyway, family, I know your boy was stuck. Your boy was stuck. I really gotta look into something else because this is getting on my nerves, y'all. This right here is getting on my nerves. I swear it is. In the mid-sentence, look at me. You can tell I'm saying something. I was about to say something. Look at this. That's how I feel about that $450 order. Like what? You can tell I'm about to say, what the heck is this? Like, I don't want this. My face just looked all kinds of like confused. Like, hold up, nah. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. What is this? $450? Oh, we get shafted on our pay, but you don't care? Oh, really? Come down or too bad. Y'all don't do that, okay? When you accept an order, when you go out there, you accept an order, make sure you complete what you accept. All right? Complete it to its fullest potential. If you're willing to take a 1-star on a no-tip order, you just being petty. Why you gotta be petty? Don't be petty. All right? So that said, family, I hope y'all really enjoyed the show, even with my face being stuck right now. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you picked up something from the story and it would help you become a better dasher or help you make better decisions or question your own professionalism while you're out there. Are you doing certain things that can come off as, unprofessional, or are you doing these things that will probably make you look a little bit even more professional than you are already? These stories, I really enjoy them for that reason. To see what other people just like us, other dashers out here, what they're doing, that now we can look at ourselves and be like, dang, I wouldn't do that. Or dang, that was a good idea. It just depends on where you're coming from, So I feel like, these stories are really good, and you can join me every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Again, I'm going to start opening up the lines every Wednesday morning so you guys can call in and share. All right. So with that said, family, y'all know what time it is. Oh, yeah. What time it is? Put it in the chat. It's time to what? Go get your money.